Well, I'm back with my yearly 3 videos. No, I'm not. If this video does do well, I will be doing another video like this on clubs and teams. But look, honestly, I don't have the time to do more. But like I said, this video does well, I'll do it with my clubs and teams. But the question is, what time there is, Gareth Southgate, question mark. Is Gareth Southgate the right man to lead England? Should he be sacked? Should he leave in Qatar? Should he leave after Qatar? And who do you bring in if you do leave him? I don't do this right after the Hungary game because I always think that there could be a bit of a backlash. I want to give it a bit of time and give my honest opinion. I'll give my honest opinion on him. I think he has done plenty good for this country, but I think he has done bad. And with any debate, I'm going to say both sides. I'm saying my opinion at the end. If anybody does watch this, put your opinion in below. Southgate in and out, and if you are out, why and who to bring in and who realistically to bring in and when. So let's start with the video. So my first thoughts on Gareth Southgate. The politics of Gareth Southgate, we will start with the politics, and the politics of Gareth Southgate is he has got the country watching England again. He has got the country loving England again. He got non-football fans watching it. He got non-football fans talking about it, and he reunites that connection. You think of the 2012 Euros, 2014 World Cup, 2016 Euros. There's really that disconnect, and even football fans was like, can't really be bothered. So we got the fans got the fans back on board. The media like him. There's always been a massive thing in England with the media, the team, and the players. And he seemed like he got all on the same page. The media liked him. The media didn't give him any grief. So I think that is a positive, and it's also a nice atmosphere watching on. The second positive, and I will talk about this being a negative later, is he has made use of the draws. And look, it isn't Gareth Southgate's fault England had a lucky draws. It isn't Gareth Southgate's fault that England played great to Switzerland to get to the World Cup semi-final. It isn't Gareth Southgate's fault to play against a good German team, not a great German team, a German team we should have won. Ukraine and Denmark to get to a Euro final. That is not Gareth Southgate's fault, and you could argue, well, he has been lucky, blah blah blah. England 2010 World Cup, they were the US, garbage, Slovakia, and somebody else like Monterino. They finished second in that group. 2012 we had a bit of the group, played an 18 Italy team, we lost. 2016 we had Wales, Russia and Slovakia. We finished second, they got knocked out for Iceland. I mean, 2010 was a lot easier, the groups, we finished second. 2016 was a lot easier. When any of Southgate's draws, in my opinion, we got knocked out with bloody Iceland. So, you have to have made luck with them. You have made luck with them draws, and you've got England to the place where we do affect with them draws. You know, massively flopped in them, but you haven't really massively overperformed in them. And the third positive is he gives young players chances. And this might feel like, what are you on about? But he does give young players chances. In the last Euro squad, only Walker, Jones, Shaw, Henderson, Kane, I'm sure that the whole squad got capped before Gareth Southgate was manager. And this shows he's bringing youth through, this shows he's bringing players from all different backgrounds through, this shows he's bringing players from 21, from not the traditional big six. So he's giving players the chances, and he's bringing youth through, and that is a good thing. That he has really transformed. He has really transformed it from Gary Cahill, Joe Hart, Leighton Baines, Gareth Barry. Andy Carroll. He has really transformed it. He has really transformed that team. They let him go on to a team you like, and into a good team on paper, and that what you can really ask for. The negative of Southgate's start, and I will go back with the World Cup draw, when England have been tested, or the draws he had in the World Cup Europe, when England have been tested, they have fell flat on their face. I'm going to say gave in, but the legs gave in and we couldn't get out. Think got greater. We got a lot of looking at World Cup. We played how much we needed to get through. We had to lose against Belgium to get any chance to draw. Winners don't want to lose, and they couldn't care who they play. Colombia won on penalties, could have gone either way. Sweden, we won got picked, we played well. But when we got played against a decent team, against an experienced team, we did crumble a bit, and questions to go to the manager, why did he not change the formation to a throw at the back? Why did he not bring on Eric Dyer, someone who's what at that time was playing well with Tottenham or CDM with Henderson? Why did he not bring Rapid on board the counter? There are a lot of questions still to ask, and why did he play Kane if he was injured? There are a lot of questions still to ask of Gareth there, but like what it was last year, it was more real hope and belief, and it's a young team, young manager. If you learn from his mistakes, there are apologies to take out. The Nations League, and this will be controversial. I'm not a fan of the Nations League. I think it glorifies friendlies, but I'm allowed to say that I'm allowed to say that like a fan. Winning breed winning, and it's the League Cup or European international football. Winning does breed winning. Mourinho took the League Cup seriously. Guardiola took the League Cup seriously. Fergie took the League Cup seriously. Wenger took the League Cup seriously. Tuchel, I know he hasn't won it, but he's been here one season and he lost a penalty shootout. These winners take the League Cup seriously, because winning breeds winning. Not the biggest cup, but it's a cup once you get to set, you want to taste that again and again and again. The Netherlands, look, we got through, we held our gut to get through in the first one, but the Netherlands 1-0 up again. He dropped Kane, looked a bit weird, but it did work. Then they brought Kane on for 45 minutes against the Dutch, what was odd. I didn't watch the game, but it was Rashford who was playing up top to get injured and it was working. You will go to somebody else who could do that, what Rashford did. Look a bit weird. Substitutions too late, and ultimately England did crumble at the end of extra time. The Euro final against an Italian team, not against a great Italian team, look at that team, not get to the World Cup in Qatar. Similar thing, England go 1-0 up, but they sit back. Late subs, not changing the system, not changing the personnel, England lose. And that, where I think the frustration is with Gareth Southgate, he's got a good plan. He did have a good plan before the Euros. He got a good game plan, but he can't adapt it, and that when coaches really earned the call. They adapt the game plan, just quick to react, and not scared up to any player because they want to win. With Gareth, in them games you think, I can understand what you're doing, but it's getting outdone. You need to change it, and he waited. England losing momentum, and England really were flat on their face. Even subs in the Euro final against Denmark, we're not against Denmark, but he made the sub 1 minute into extra time. He adapted to that. You're the home team, you're the favourite. Mate, let me adapt to you. You show yourself, come sometimes I think he lacked that courage and that guts. Another negative is with Southgate. I think he's scared. I think he's scared to upset a few people, in my opinion. Like players like Kane, Sterling, Wright and Phillips. I think sometimes he's upset. He's scared to upset them. Like Harry Kane did nothing in this Nations League this week. He played 3 games and he played the full 3 games. He didn't bring on Tammy Abraham. Harry Kane should be on striker. Unless you are a massive difficult form, he should be on striker in the World Cup. But you were poor in the nation. You were poor in this week. So why not give Tammy Abraham a game and say to 2 games into the must-win game? Say to Harry, you're not performing. You're not up for it. I don't care if you're captain. I don't care if you're Harry Kane. You're not playing. Wright and Phillips, he's scared to adapt them. And even Europe was a bit like, okay, using Wright and Phillips. Phillips played well against Croatia, but after that, there wasn't really much left in that World Cup. He's scared to adapt. He's scared to adapt them. Jones and Maguire. They have done well for England, but they've done well for England. They've not that effect and intensity in England. In a back four, do you really need Jones and Maguire? What that does is, it gets them that quick pace. Those teams will break again, and counter attacks. With Jones and Maguire, they're easy to run at, they're easy to get at. It brings Walker narrow, or you're losing width, you're playing a back four on the right hand side. And you're playing two other midfielders. That's negative. That is absolutely negative. And England, well, the only time we don't get that early goal in Scotland in Europe, we struggle to break them down because it's too bloody negative. So what do you do? Jones and Maguire, I think, should be England's first choice centre back partner by the Euro to play. They've got good bounce together. They've got good chemistry to get along. And they do play well together. I think they calm each other down and they know they got quality. Maguire get questioned. I can understand they get questioned by United. I mean, I can do another video. The next one will be on United, and I will talk about Maguire in the United shirt. But for England, I think he's a best defender. I think he's untrackable for England. I can't really. Other than that journey game, and when he came over that last 10 minutes against Hungary, I can't really think I can make a mistake what it cost England. I think if he wouldn't have came out with that Euro final, or if he wouldn't have came out with the Euro, he wouldn't have made the final. So I think he's England's best defender. Jones, I think he has done well for England, and I can prove he does play well with Maguire. But then Charlie manager think, okay, we're playing in the front foot, these two play well together. I'm going to make it a back three with Kyle Walker to get the pace and play Reece James, Trippier, even Trent at wing back with Chilwell or Shaw, with Rice, Bellingham, Mount, or Rice, Mount, Foden, or whoever. That isn't negative. Rice, Mount, Bellingham, Foden, they can all control the game, they can all control the ball, and if you get control in that midfield about three, the wing back are after attacking players. If you look at Celtic, before Chilwell and James got injured the first time, they were the highest scorers, they were the highest creators, because when you got players can control the ball, then players are after attackers. They're only negative if you got players who can't control the ball. And we saw that with Rice and Phillips. Rice and Phillips, they will work well for you, but they haven't got the quality on the ball. So your wing backs are set a bit narrower, a bit deeper, so it's a back family, they're easy to get at. So I think the most carry man in the world do that. Or Traore. Traore's got pace, he's good on the ball, he's calm, he's alright in the air, he's got to be chunky somewhere, but he's a young lad, he's only been in the England setup for a while. And he does make England play higher. He make the players around with him feel better. So you play him, you try to play Reece James or Trent. Maybe more Reece James, because I still think Trent needs to improve defensively. I think Liverpool, I think England got that Van Dijk kind of player who can be sweeping out a lot, or that Matty who can sweep it out. So you can play Reece James or Trippier who's a lot more attacking, but a lot more attacking. Kyle Walker, someone who can put a good dead ball in. Someone who's good defensively, but not as good. And you can really play a bit more on the front foot. I like Walker, but I think there are better attacking players on him. So if you go to a back four with him, it'll be a lot more of a better balance. And also, you can remove Rice and Phillips, because Rice and Phillips are basically the international McTominay and Fred. When Ollie used to play McTominay and Fred with Lindelof and Maguire, they used to sit there and it does pull United team back, because Lindelof and Maguire don't trust each other up the pace. McTominay and Fred are just there to babysit them, and vice versa. They haven't got the ability to go out and play, they'll just get done. Rice and Phillips are better than McTominay and Fred, but together, they're just two shitsters, protecting two defenders who haven't got any pace. It brings the whole team back, though Mount get a load of grief for England, but what can he really do? Because he's picking the ball up in a phase that United would pick it up like a 10. He got the shit played front again. He can't pass it forward or leave the ball, he's got to go backwards. Same with any creative player, any attacking player, they will struggle in that team. We've seen it with Fernandes, with McTominay and Fred. When they used to play against teams who sit back. He used to struggle because when he got the ball, he was getting the ball too deep to really affect the game. So I would like him to be a bit more attacking, be a bit more ruthless. But also I'm like, why can't we be the attacking team and be the forces? Because you think an attacking team, they look for England, they sit back, they don't look to get out here, they look to defend one goal lead, they're not aggressive. Why just not put ourselves on you? Why not go for that second, that third, with a Bellingham, someone who's big in midfield, someone who's strong, someone who's got a pass on him, someone who can press well, or can mount someone who's played in the 8. A bit more attacking players, it makes us play higher. And if you play with Sean Maguire, fair enough, go to a back 3, be a bit more savage. You don't play, but go to a back 4, you try alright. And I also think we can go in, like a bit too much niceness, like a bit too much look, they don't upset Harry Kane, don't know how to wrap in silent. It's England. They're not performing, dragging off, taking off. Don't be scared to do that. We'll back you. They're not performing, you're taking off. You're like, well done. Well done, we'll back you. It's a bit too much like a, oh, but you have to perform in the park, we'll keep you on. If they're playing well, yeah, keep it on. But, not playing well, taking off. Don't be scared to taking off. And also, there's a bit too much niceness and the campy not getting into them. The players aren't not getting into each other. Like, I understand that you can't, there's a balance, but top teams, they argue, they disagree, they get in debates. And I think with this England team, it's a bit too much of niceness and the kindness and finals are good, well done guys, semi-finals good. But really, if you look at them draws, England should have got to the final of the World Cup. England should have won the Euros. And that's not me being arrogant. Italy can't qualify for the World Cup a few months later. Croatia had nothing special. Like a bit too much of niceness and a bit too much like a, yeah, we did well. England have gone to a World Cup now where it'll be a tough draw if we win our group, what we should win our group. With Wales, we haven't kicked them since Euro 2016, but should living off that. America had nothing special, and Iran, you can't beat Iran, go home. So we should be topping that group, and if we top that group, we should be playing Netherlands or Senegal. Senegal won Ashton and got a very good team. Mendes helped his keeper, Koulibaly, Aristide, Mane. Though these are good players, and we've got a few more players I can't think of. Netherlands do play, and they're a good team. They've got Van Gaal, a good coach. They've got Van Dijk, De Ligt, Dumfries, De Jong, Wijnaldum, Depay. They've got good players. So I think they'll be better on that. If we win that, we could play France. They'll think it's a big boy draw, and England should be expecting to at least get to the final. You can't say we shouldn't. We're one of the favourites. We want to bet in some paper. We should be getting to the final. That's what our expectation should be. Gareth Southgate got to a semi-final and a final when there's no pressure. The World Cup, there's no pressure. And that wasn't his fault, there was no pressure. He had to run in a tournament where there was no pressure on England, where he gets to the semi-final, gets a good tournament. France get to the semi-final, Brazil get to the semi-final, Argentina get to the semi-final. But they failed, to be honest. He got to a final of the Euros. Now, everybody expected England to top the group, but lose to a Germany, not a Germany, because I expected to beat Germany, but a France and a Portugal at the beginning of the tournament. We got Germany, we got a bit lucky with that. We got Ukraine, and nothing against Ukraine. You got Ukraine in the quarter-final of the tournament, you're laughing your head off. Denmark at home, and Denmark did play well, but they ran out of legs, they ran out of steam. And we just got past them. Okay, I think it was a better team, but we just got past them. And Italy, where Italy was nothing special, they just had a good coach, someone who adapted, someone who changed it, and ultimately they won the tournament. But there was no real expectation on Gareth Southgate. We're going to a World Cup, it's in the winter, so players give every excuse, we're tired, we're this, that, the other. Now you're in your peak fitness, you got expectation on you, you got an hard draw. Now we'll see what this England team made of. Now we'll see what Gareth Southgate is made of. Man, I think he should be given a chance. But, to another negative, So another negative of Gareth Southgate is, since Euro, he lacked an identity, he lacked a plan. He's been changing from a back four to a back three too many times. And you think somebody who's been in the job for 5 years, he's going to his third tournament, you think he'll know his identity, you think he'll know his plan, and you think he'll know his main core of players. You watch England since the Euro, and I don't know if they're going to play a back four or back three. I think they're going to play a back four because they've recently been playing it more often. But you've been changing it too often. You've been changing the personnel too often. They only can get in your bank and nobody really know the partner. Like, unless I'm looking at a few more players, but you should have a core get of players who play most of them games. And you should be testing a few players like Gallagher, Bowen. Test them. Understand that. Bellingham putting in, but why are you putting Ramsdale in there? Nothing against Ramsdale. Why aren't you playing with Maguire, who is an English defender? Why aren't you going out? Trippier, can understand you haven't got a left back. Why aren't you playing Sherling, who you like, and you should be playing? These are core players who should be ready. And why is it not shown to Traore? Why? Traore is someone who can get in this team, but you're playing in one game. Like, what's the bloody point of that? You're not going to learn anything after one game. But yet again, it's been nice to give this guy Palace, who's done alright, a chance. So I don't get it. Pick your best team, pick your best system, while that matters when giving it retting and rotating, like the cricket. But my part from Southgate is, I think he does deserve the World Cup. I think he hasn't plopped in any tournament, in fact, you can say get rid of him, but I think he hasn't really overachieved in any tournament. You look back at it, there's all he had in the World Cup, like he had in the Euros. That should affect Taser. And also I think it'd be stupid. You can change the World Cup, and whatever days. It's 2 games. I think it'd be stupid to get rid of manager before that. And also, who do you bring in? Like, Gareth saying, or get Potter in, or get Howe in. England got to have permission from the club to talk to him. And England got to have permission from the club to talk to him. They will have to want to talk to England. You've got to buy him out of the contract. Sack Southgate, he's on a lot of money. Buy them out of the contract. And just basically start all over again 2 games for a World Cup. I think it'll be absolute madness. That's my opinion. But this is his test, and if he's flopping this World Cup, you got to say he's the man, because this is his 3rd tournament, and when he's been 3rd major tournament, 6th tournament, and he's been to change final twice, he's been to a final once, he ain't won it. That's poor. That's actually poor. You're getting there, you're doing well getting there. You've got to start winning them. We can't be a Tottenham. You can't be always a bridesmaid. And questions could be asked us in, if we do get to the semi-final or a final, and we don't win it, and then mistakes happen again, questions will be asked of him. So I think there should be expectation in England, and I think this is a tournament where we can judge Gareth Southgate, and if he flop at this tournament, you might think it's hard, but that's football. He'll have to go. But if he does well at this tournament, he's keeping on to the Euros. He's only good at the last tournament. And that's football, that's fact. He's done it. He ain't written any trees up to an England manager, but he ain't flopped as an England manager, in my opinion. He's somewhere in the middle. And if you give them the results to Robson, if you give them the results to Hoddle, if you give them the results to Venerals, does he go win something? I think they do. I think they win the Euros, and I think they win the Nations League, to be really honest. With the set of players. So, questions can be asked of Southgate. I think it'll be clumsy to get rid of him now, but I think when you're judging this World Cup, and I think his job does depend on this World Cup. Rookie contract, I don't know when his contract ran out. I think his contract ran out at the end of 2021. I can understand giving him a brief new contract, but I think it ran out at the end of the World Cup. I think it'd be a bit weird. I thought it would be a bit weird. So that's my thought. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Southgate, is Southgate in? Why? Is Southgate out? Why? And who do you bring in? And who realistically do you bring in? And how will England form in the World Cup? What are your early predictions? I think there's no clear winner in this World Cup. France are struggling. Germany got a rebuild. Spain are improving, but are improving enough time. Portugal I was really disappointed with them Euros. I think Argentina should be the favourite, but I think I don't think they're clear favourites. Though who do you think of the World Cup? I mean, your thoughts on Southgate? Like I said, if this video does do well, I'll do it on I will start doing these types of videos on clubs, and I will start with obviously Manchester United. So, yeah, please watch, please subscribe to the channel.